Good morning, Andrew.
Good morning, Adam.
How are you?
I'm very well indeed. How are you? On episode 18 of Take a Break.
Do you know what? It's really good that Alina remembers to put the right... Stop smiling at the camera. He's doing it again. Every time. He hasn't smiled once this morning. Until then.
Until then. It's my time.
Yeah, Alina, good work on remembering which episode we're on.
I remembered because I went episode 18, yes.
Yeah, you read the artwork that Alina put on there. We're useless.
Thank you,
we
Alina.
have a third body.
Where?
Just look left.
Oh, God. That scared the life out of me. Who
Mr.
is this gentleman?
It is Mr. Mark Wade. Hello, Mark.
Hello, nice to meet you.
How are you doing?
Mark? How are you doing?
Very good, thank you. Very
So,
good.
so this is your first time on the podcast, is that right?
Yeah, first time everything, I suppose.
Wow. That's fabulous.
So Mark has been listening to our podcast.
Does he know that you've not caught the chipmunks yet?
Yeah, he does. Yeah, so he knows what it's all about.
Excellent.
But Mark is the gentleman I was on about a few weeks ago who is a truck mechanic. And we're
Awesome.
talking about technology and stuff. And Mark said to me, it was on the weekend, is that your phone again?
I know.
Come on.
I know. I'm just not professional.
It's always good. His goes off first, and then I remember to turn mine on to Do Not Disturb.
Good prompt for you there.
Yeah, exactly. Every week.
That never happened. Alina, cut that bit out.
Don't real. So basically, Mark has been listening to our podcast. And
So
don't
this,
worry, we're not
this
going
is
to
the
quiz
one
you.
listener.
This is the one. This is the one. The one.
I'm sure there's a few more than me.
No.
Yeah, but so he's been listening, and you said the technology goes over my head.
Yeah.
But then we were talking on the podcast, and you popped in my head saying that. And I was like, yeah, but I can't dismantle the truck and put it back together again.
God, no.
Or my
No
car.
idea.
Or do anything practically in that way. So we thought, do you know what? Let's get him on.
Absolutely.
So, Mark, tell me, I mean, I know you, but other people
Introduce
don't.
yourself.
Introduce yourself. Tell us what you do.
I'm Mark Wade, and I am a HGV technician, and I work for a dealership in the northeast.
Sorry, I snorted. I do apologise. Try again.
I didn't think it would give that reaction.
No, I wasn't judging you. It's January and there's cold. So you're truck technician. Why not
Technician.
mechanic? Is it not mechanic? Is it not?
No, that's just what we call ourselves. Make ourselves look and
Better.
sound
Absolutely.
better.
And so you should do.
So you're telling me you've got nothing to do with tech. You've got tech
In the
your name.
word, yeah, exactly, in the title. But he knows nothing.
I think
about
that's
it.
as far as it goes, to be fair.
I doubt it very much.
No.
So dealership in North. What sort of thing? So you're not. Is it a place that sells trucks? What is it? What's your day to day?
It's a German company, MEN, and we service, we sell, we provide trucks.
I slurp now. I'm going to have to deal with this. Mark, I'm so sorry.
How unprofessional are you this week? Snorting, slurping.
Snort and slurp.
What's next?
So, yeah.
Oh, hang on.
No, we
let's
won't
not
go there.
We will not go there.
Sorry. I am listening.
He's not.
I am, I promise.
The next sound will be.
Yeah.
Sorry, Matt. What did you say?
Yeah, okay, carry on.
Wait for
Gone
the
where I
next
was
noise.
now.
Yeah, so you're saying servicing, maintenance.
Yeah, sales, trucks, buses, vans, anything really.
Wow. So anything with four wheels. I mean, not cars, but anything with big four wheels.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Although you did say they're starting to do a car SUV or something, wasn't it? Or something like that?
No, I don't
Or was it a
think-
pickup truck or something? I can't remember.
They do
what it was.
vans.
Oh, vans, that was
Vans,
it. I was
right,
looking at
Vans,
vans.
yeah.
My
Yeah.
memory's terrible. Okay, so what does there's a difference though, isn't there? Because I was going to say, what does your day-to-day look like? But actually, it's not day-to-day, is it, Mark?
No.
Because
No.
where have you just been? Where have you just come from? So it's currently 14 minutes past 9 on a Friday morning. Where have you
I've
been?
just finished work.
Wow. Night times.
Yeah.
On
So
the night shift.
Night shifts.
Night shift, Monday to Saturday mornings. I spend either at work or in bed.
Yeah.
So
That's all right. It's a good combination, isn't it?
there's no in between.
No.
Uh,
Good.
go to work all night, come home, have a shower and go to bed and do it all again the next day.
Absolutely.
So it's a
Full
quite a full on
Yeah.
career path.
Oh, well, but that's good, though. So how long have you been in the industry?
About 15 years now.
Oh my God, same company or just grown?
No, just moved around
Yeah.
over the years.
Right.
I've been working night shift about 9 years now, so it takes its toll on your body and your...
No, I can imagine. 9 years. Goodness me. Goodness me.
This is like his bedtime story.
I was going to
Yeah.
say
today.
That's why he listens to us to fall asleep, because we're so lethargic.
Yeah, as you accurately described once.
Sorry, says the man who snorts.
On
Slurps.
Snort and Slurp.
That's our new nickname.
Yeah, Snort and Slurp. It's a
Yeah.
shame you didn't slurp, and then you could be Slurp and I could be Snort.
Well, there we go.
Okay, so constant night shift. So why night shift? Why truck mechanicking overnight? What's the relevant, like, what's the requirement? Because obviously there's a requirement there. What sort of
Yeah.
requirement are you doing there? So what's the deal?
As a youngster, I was watching me dad go out, work hard, doing the same thing as a child, and
Yeah.
always wanted to move up. So me and my brother, we both moved into the same career path because it was easier. Because my dad knew everybody, and he was
Yeah, so you almost opened the doors for
Yeah.
you to let you
Yeah,
in.
yeah.
So it obviously runs in the family completely, or drives in the family, should I say.
yeah. I like that one.
Yeah, it drives in the family.
Yeah, it was just always going to be there, and it was always going to be that option to move up the ladder.
Yeah, but
in that
obviously if
way.
your father's got that door open and he can put the good word in, and as long as you work
Yeah.
hard,
Yeah.
then that's it. So your brother as well, he's in the
Yeah,
same,
yeah.
works at the same place or different?
No, different places, but the same job,
Yeah.
same hours,
Night
same
shift
problems.
as well.
Yeah.
It's the night shift family.
You're
Yeah.
at the same place?
No,
No,
no.
Sorry, I missed that.
You missed that. You were too busy slurping.
Well, me and Mark actually play rugby together, and here's a quick sort of offshoot.
Is he really?
At the weekend, we weren't in the same team at the weekend, but I was in Hartlepool playing rugby, and the referee was talking to us. He goes through, what you need to do, and this, that, and the other. And normally they say on the line out, this is where you need to stand. And then he finished off saying what he was saying. And while he was talking, a train went past, and I was like looking at the train, and then I went, in the line out, where do you mark it? And the whole team looked at me like he's literally just said that. I just went, I saw a train. So
Distracted easily, Mark.
Yeah, very
definitely.
Look,
Yeah.
there's a fly.
What was hilarious is I actually got no grief for it after the fact off the players. So it was a suitable response. I was just very honest.
Very honest.
So yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah,
Apologies.
that's fine.
Apologies. He never pays attention.
No, I try my best.
No.
Growing up, I was very good at asking. In school, teacher goes, have you got any questions? I'd ask the question that I wanted to know, and then I'd kind of forget to listen to the answer, like immediately. And then they'd finish talking, go, is that all right? And I'd go, yeah. What did they say? Like, I'd drift off.
Was there many buses that passed your, or trains that passed your school?
No, I don't even know that excuse. No. So it was,
Just not
yeah,
listening.
so please forgive me.
Yeah, exactly.
fine.
So Mark was just saying all of his family work nights, so actually they're vampires.
Oh, are you?
Vampire technicians.
Yeah.
My dad doesn't actually, he never has, and he said he never will. But my brother works shift patterns, and I work permanent nights. Just-
Wow, okay. Then.
It's what works for your family, isn't it?
Of course it is, absolutely, yeah. So, but there we go. All night
So
shifts.
here's one for you. Obviously, you're working overnight. So there's a business requirement to have a technician, not a mechanic, a technician working on vehicles
Yep.
overnight.
Yeah.
Okay. What's that requirement? What? Tell me, like last night, go through your example last night. What was there? Is it the same thing every night, or is it different things, or what's gone on?
It depends on the weather. It depends on who's out. It depends on what's going on. Just it depends really on anything. You can be there 1 minute in the workshop, and the next minute the phone rings and somebody's on the side of the road stranded, and you've got to react quickly.
So do you actually go out to these
Yeah.
people as well? Right, okay.
Yeah.
So is that like a normal thing?
Yeah.
Or and then obviously the other side of it, do you just get trucks that come in for regular maintenance?
Yeah, because most people work through the day,
Well, of
so
course.
it's an ideal time for people to drop the vehicles off through the night.
That was
That's my watch this.
we're going to call
More
you
technology.
Snort and Slurp and Bleep over there.
I am so sorry. I'm going to put you.
What's going off now?
My phone.
Too much tech.
My
Mark
watch.
doesn't have this issue.
No, he
No,
doesn't.
definitely not.
He just turned his phone on silent.
I didn't know how to do that, so I just switched it off.
I like him
Yeah.
already.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
So, okay, so you're saying that obviously things are right. So if obviously as you work with a lot of I suppose, logistic companies, freight, etc.
Yeah.
And obviously, if the trucks aren't moving, by the sounds of it, they're not making money, correct? Hence why you'd go out in the middle of the night to fix it. So do you get a lot of time where, and it could be planned maintenance, but you know a truck's going to come in at, say, 8 o'clock that evening, and you need to get it turned around and back out so it's on the road first thing to next day?
Yeah, the vehicle will get dropped off on an evening, and then they tell you when they need the vehicle for. So their driver starts at 4 o'clock, so we need that vehicle on the road for 4 o'clock. Otherwise, I'm paying a driver just to stand around and watch you work.
Well, of course, absolutely.
So,
wow.
And obviously not all the time that it'll happen like that, because you'll always run into problems and things will go wrong. But with the nature of the job and the nature of the time and hours, not everyone's around on an evening to talk to.
No, exactly. So how many of you work on the night shift?
There's 7 of us now.
7 of us, okay. So
Yeah.
good
At
tight
our
team.
dealership.
Yeah, good tight team.
Definitely. Yeah. We just work together, get the job done, and leave the problems for day shift.
That's a day shift problem. Nothing to do with me. Good
I'm
night.
going home now.
Exactly. Good night.
Here's a pile of spanners that needs sorting out. I can't remember which size is which.
No idea. Yeah.
Okay, that. So, whilst you're a truck technician and you're working on the trucks, obviously it's a really important. You're kind of logistics as well, and for it, you're a massive
100%.
part. Yeah.
You're part of the cog chain here.
I mean, we've seen huge disruption over the last couple of years. You know, COVID and production lines. You know, coming through from delivering items, and then the Suez Canal got blocked and all this sort of stuff,
that.
which I'm sure impacted you.
Yeah.
Did you have truck parts on that ship?
Yeah.
Yeah, we had, especially through COVID and stuff, we had truck parts being quarantined and stuff, so it wasn't getting the 24-hour turnaround it was told they were promised, because truck parts weren't regularly available because people weren't making them. Through the Ukraine war, we had two factories in Ukraine.
Wow.
Making van parts, and they both got bombed.
Oh, my goodness me.
So
you don't think of this.
Can't imagine.
Which is a knock-on effect. So they had to
course.
stop the factory because there was no parts coming through. So obviously you can't go anywhere without a wire and loom. So it was, it's just a knock-on effect. You don't realise, do you?
No, obviously. You notice how he says wire and loom, and I went, yeah.
Wire and loom.
Wire and loom. What's a wire and loom?
Just makes things go.
All right, okay. See?
It's a truck term.
It's a truck term.
Is it a truck term? No.
Stop trying to get it
Okay, so what I wanted to get into is, because whilst you are a truck technician, is that right? What did you say? HGV
Technician, that's the proper name, yeah.
So my first question is, how do you work on something so big? Here's my thing, because obviously me and Andy deal a lot on computers.
Yeah.
Not that big.
No.
Unless Andy's running cabling through, like, as I
walls.
say, Andy's in the walls. Like, quite often you don't see Andy because he's in the walls. Like, his work is in the walls. But I suppose you're under the bonnet, so
true.
so equally you don't see that. But yeah, I just can't imagine working on huge vehicles like that.
Everything's heavy, everything's abnormal size to a normal vehicle, such as a car. So sometimes it's a bit easier to work on, because if you go underneath your car bonnet now, it's just a plastic.
It is.
Plastic covers, and obviously with my big hands, you just can't get in.
That's why you're not a car mechanic.
No, that's why I don't fix my own car. So everything's a lot bigger, and just you can get to stuff a lot quicker.
Yeah.
Okay.
But everything's a lot heavier when it's a lot bigger.
I suppose it's harder to lose a little bolt on a truck.
The bolts must be massive.
Because the bolt will still be big.
It's the size of my thumb.
Do you know what? I think I could do that. I tried Airfix models as a kid, and I'd get I remember trying to put the pilot in the Spitfire.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's like
I've glued it to my hand.
Yeah, what should an 8-year-old
what should
an 8-year-old play with? Yeah. And I remember I literally had the pilot stuck on the end of my finger. I was like, give super glue to an 8-year-old.
No, that's not a good idea.
Oh no, it was polycement.
Polycement?
I just remember that.
Yeah.
I don't even know what that is. So
that's me every night.
that kind of
Something
game.
I'm finding me finger.
Something stuck to you.
Do you get that bit where you put it all back together and go, what's this bolt that I've got?
Yeah.
Oops.
They're called wee bolts.
Why?
You just
Just throw them.
the wee through the air. Yeah.
Yeah, they never needed that bolt.
Yeah, it should be right.
You made it lighter at the end of the day.
Absolutely. So better
More fuel
efficiency,
efficiency,
yeah.
more fuel efficiency. You should be pleased.
Is it rattling when I turn it on? No.
No,
Right,
well,
we're good.
there you go now.
So you talk about the car, and this is where I was going to go. Obviously, tech. Coming back to the tech side of things, tech in cars has changed massively.
Yeah.
And like you said, you lift up your bonnet, and there's like a plastic covering,
Yeah.
and there's the thing with the windscreen washer logo on it, and you go,
That's where
I'll
that
put the
goes.
oil
I
in
know
there. No, you put, I'll put the soap in there. No, my windscreen washer, and obviously there's the oil. But surely, how much of that has come into like the truck world?
100%.
Right.
It's because MAN, the company I work for, are owned by VW.
Right.
So to cut costs and make things more efficiently, everything moves across. So truck parts and car parts where something you'll find in your VW, you'll find in your MAN as well.
Wow. Okay, so they're making things that are basically for both trucks and for
interchangeable,
cars.
yeah.
Interchangeable.
Yeah.
Wow.
So digital dashboards, electronic handbrakes, massage sheets.
Whoa. Massage.
sheet.
Yeah.
I don't have that in my car. What
Don't
car
you?
are you driving? A massage seat
Yeah.
for the driver.
Yeah. You've got to be comfy when you're sat there for 12 hours every day.
To be honest,
Have you had a
I
go in it?
Yeah, yeah.
What sort of how good is it? Is it worth a go? Is it like one of those ones you see in the service stations that feels like it's going to snap your leg,
No, because you would probably fall asleep or
Yeah, you do
be
not
distracted.
want that at all.
or is it more like vigorous beat up massage?
just like a pulsation.
Yeah.
Oh, did you know they did that?
Only because my good lady wife Michelle watches a lot of the American trucking programs, and one program that I remember watching a couple of years ago, it showed you around the dashboard of the, and honestly, these things, it was like you've got to be comfortable,
Yeah.
you know, and gone are the old days. And as far as I remember, Michelle's father used to drive a truck for the coal board, and he was like, you know, getting the gears, Now
Crash
you're just going
boxes,
dink,
yeah.
dink,
Yeah.
dink, dink. Dink, and
Sounds
you
like an F1 car.
yeah, but you're just literally pushing it up and down, but it had all the right things on it. It had the one that was in America. It also had the some kind of camera, and it warned you when the driver. It could sense the driver wasn't looking at the road,
Yeah.
and it warned, and it just bleeped, and it went, "Look, if I turn away and look away, it goes beep beep beep. You're not watching the road." It's incredible.
That's amazing.
But they're safety requirements now anyway, technology like that. So you've got lane assist,
Yes,
things like that. So if you start veering, then the truck will pull across, or it'll start
my Ford does that.
it'll
Yeah.
start bleeping at you
Yeah.
and stuff like that. And you have cameras and wires and plugs and everything everywhere. So it's difficult to diagnose.
It still came through on the microphone.
Unfortunately, it is that month.
It is that month.
Cold.
I'm so sorry, everybody.
No,
I don't know what people do, but we're raw and edit. It's go. It's a wanna.
Yeah.
So what my point was when you said to me, I don't understand the tech. Well, it's not true though, is it? I didn't even know there was a massage seat in the truck. So there is loads of tech in what you do. The question I have though is, do you know when you go to the garage nowadays with your car and you go, I've got a problem with my car. I think it's this or that or the other.
Yeah.
Don't get too technical.
Yeah, what that was that? Yeah, I think it's got 4 wheels. I think it's meant to have 4 wheels, but I've only got 3. I think that's a problem.
You think there's a problem?
No, but what they do first is plug it into a computer.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the first protocol nowadays.
So you do that, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the
And
time.
what I'm interested to know, I think it's brilliant. I think it's a really good way because
unbelievable.
actually it saves time of the mechanic digging around under the bonnet for God knows how long trying to find the thing. So my first question is, how accurate is that computer in terms of going, this is the problem, or how much sort of leeway do you need to give it to get to the
It
actual
can
issue?
lead you down the garden path.
As with anything
Yeah.
in computers, man, honestly, believe me.
Well, welcome to our business.
20 odd years in the business and you go down this rabbit, and it wasn't even that in the first place.
No.
But that must be where your experience comes in.
Yeah, because you're working for a dealership, so you'll come across problems like this quite a lot. And when the driver describes something to you, and I've fixed something like that last time, I'll just try and remember what it was.
So even though he says he doesn't know anything about tech, the similarities in our job, as in mine and your jobs, not his, he does nothing. But the similarity in mine and your job is unbelievable because I do exactly the same. I don't rely on Google or whatever like that.
Yeah.
It is a case of I've had this before.
Yeah.
What was it last time? And then you end up using your own experience.
And then you get to the problem in the end. Yeah.
But just going back to Adam's question, because he's still there, by the way.
I am still here.
All right,
I just like to give people room to speak.
Exactly. But going back to Adam's point, are there cases where you literally plug the computer in and it just goes, yeah, there's the problem?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Yeah. But through monitoring and through checks, and it'll give you a roundabout way of telling you.
Yes.
But you've got to then delve in further
Yeah.
with a multimeter, or you use test plans and stuff
Right.
to...
This got techie very quickly.
Well,
As soon as
amazingly so. But what I loved what Mark just did there, so the computer will tell you something. So from an electronic,
Yeah.
it then says, manually go and do something now.
Yeah.
So you are getting back to the actual, right, I've got to
Yeah.
take apart stuff like that.
Yeah, and for evidence for warranty and warranty purposes and stuff, that these things need to be changed, and they've got to be seen not to be working as well.
Yes.
On a computer side.
Yes.
So you're using like dials and gauges and stuff.
Wow.
So
It really is interesting, isn't it? As I say, tech gets everywhere. And I think we mentioned when you said we'll get Mark on. My car dealer, I got a Ford, and the first thing he does is he plugs a laptop into it. And it all comes up with loads of monitoring, dialing, and it goes, yeah, that's okay, that's okay, that's
through
okay.
our computer systems as well, if a driver rings up our TSA department, our front of house, they can go through the tracking system of the vehicle and log on to the truck as well, so they can check real life data.
Hang on.
Turn left.
Sorry, just excuse me.
Yeah, this is the bit where Alina resets the cameras. If you haven't seen, he always smiles. We're compiling a collection of Andy smiling at the camera.
Yeah,
For the end of the season.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
so, yeah.
Christmas special next
Yeah,
year.
people can't wait.
Oh, God, yeah, not me.
Banging down the door. So I love that. So people can remote into the truck.
Yeah.
Again, speaking to Michelle, I assume gone are the days of the old, whatever they call them, tachometers.
Yeah.
You don't do that anymore. It's all
No,
electronic.
it's wireless now. We're going wireless now.
Hey,
So.
hey.
Love that.
Wireless. So
Until it
4
goes wrong. And
Oh, yeah.
Until it goes
of course,
wrong.
Mark, until it goes wrong. But 4G wise, and I must be honest, I did for one of my other customers down in Leyburn, lovely Calverts. They fitted all of their trucks.
Yeah.
With this GPS software, Truckman or something like that, and it literally is you can just follow the truck, and it knows exactly how many miles it's done, who's been driving it. I think all of the drivers now have got to log on with a key fob.
Yeah.
See what I mean? This I know nothing about
I
tech.
know nothing about tech.
I know nothing about tech.
First
It's
thing I
more
do is plug it
technical.
into a computer.
Exactly.
So the example I had that I was like, because I've heard people whinge about paying money to plug into a computer, but I know they're expensive, and I know that you're paying less money to plug into the computer because in the past they would have spent 2 hours digging around your engine trying to
Or
find the
guessing.
problem.
Or
Or guessing. Yeah.
paying for something and, that didn't work, so we'll try something else.
Yeah, so I was always of the view that I'm like, well, I don't get this. And the one thing that sold it to me was I had an engine light come on my car, and I took it into the garage, and I was like, they're like, what's wrong? And I'm like, it's the big red scary light that you never want to see.
The engine.
Yeah, it's like this car is going to explode. Is kind of what goes through my. It wouldn't in your head because you know what's going on. And I'm like, we're all going to die.
Yeah.
So I took it in. They plug it into the computer and went, oh no, it's just one of the sensors in the exhaust,
Yeah.
Wow.
which was showing that the
emissions.
making it look like it wasn't running correctly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They went, nope, just a sensor. So it was, I don't know, 40, 50 quid or whatever to do the diagnostic. And then it was like £12 for the part. And then it was like someone just swapping it in. So I'm like, well, I wouldn't have fancied a mechanic spending a day rooting around the car trying to eventually get to the sensor. Go,
Yeah.
let's start at the engine and work our way back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
So I completely see the benefit on that side of things. I was like, that's really good. I'm like, what if the sensor for the sensor's broken though? What does it do?
You
then?
think we're too much.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, exactly.
But there is sensors on the end of any component and every component, because the ECU will need to,
What? ECU?
the brain needs to see all
Right.
these components working to let another component work.
Yes.
So the brain's in the middle and it's receiving all this data, and then it will fire things off in different orders just to make things work.
Knows
It
nothing about
must be
tech. Knows
it
nothing.
knows nothing.
Absolutely
Can
nothing
we just,
about tech.
you know, when it goes up on Spotify, Mark, I know nothing about
Yeah,
tech.
I think that.
And then like, whoa, hang on.
And then I'll put ... but he does.
But he does. No, absolutely.
Without him knowing.
No, it's
Yeah.
incredible, this.
Yeah,
But
I
it
like
must,
it.
it must be amazing because obviously you and I, Adam, not Mark, he's far too young, but we're of the age where you took the car into the garage and all you got was the tyre guy going, kicking the tyres going, ooh, it's expensive, this.
I know.
Yeah.
At least nowadays, you know that the computer's the computer. It's like the same guy in every garage.
No, but exactly. But everything has moved, and you mentioned something a bit earlier there, Mark, about the handbrake. Obviously, days of my old,
Yeah.
you used to lift
Yeah.
the cable, press the button, and that cable. Now on my Ford, I click a little button, and I hear because that's obviously clicking a sensor button to say apply the handbrake. But the handbrake's no wires anymore.
No.
I'm assuming it's the as you called it, the ECU. It says apply the brakes.
Yeah.
That's just incredible.
So the question is, do you want Elon Musk to do trucks? Well, I suppose
He's
actually
already
let's
done
go on
one,
that. Let's go electric first. He
Yes.
has demonstrated some. How much is looking like electric in the truck world? Is it just not? Is it just too big, too heavy? Batteries, all of that sort of stuff. At the moment-
they
at
are
the
out
moment?
there. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
It's out there and it's working, but you need a lot of infrastructure to assist this. And when drivers are driving all the time, it's not just you're driving to work and put it on and charge, and it's actually your main tool for the job. So it's quite difficult to.
Yeah, I think somebody mentioned me the other week. The electric car, it's coming. There's absolutely no doubt about it. But what his concern was is like, but where's the infrastructure to back it up?
Yeah.
You know, now most of the motorways, I can go down them. I was down the M6 the other day, pulled into a station, and quite rightly so. There's the electric car chargers.
Yeah.
Blessed Darlington Business Centre have got one.
Yep.
But you know, if you're planning your journey, I remember, and I might have mentioned this story before, in the very early days of electric cars, Nissan Leaf, I think my friend David from Durham University, he said he planned to travel all the way down south to visit his parents. He said he had to plan it meticulously, 7 hours, because he went, I'll only get 100 odd miles, and I have to then go to here, put the car on charge for a couple of hours, and then move. Now, obviously, you get 200-300
quicker
miles now, much
Yeah,
much quicker, much
and you
longer.
can't account for traffic, and you can't account for things going wrong, can you?
No,
So-
you can't.
So you've got to always be changing your plans. And when you go into these service stations and you park up, and Teslas are queuing around the block to get parked.
They are now, yeah.
They are.
And you just, especially in the bigger service stations. So you've got to add on hours and hours, and then the kids are wanting stuff.
Absolutely.
And
Yeah, luckily I don't have that problem. You do.
I mean, yeah, I do.
Not
I
now,
do.
because they've got
good.
tablets.
It's good
to
that
occupy
they
themselves.
have got tablets. It's do you know what? We need a better word than tablets.
Smart devices.
Yeah, because what was
Kid
I saying?
shutter-uppers.
yeah,
No, I said, no. My mum. Yeah, but my mum came over and she was like, "Where are the kids?" I'm like, "Oh, they're on tablets."
to the older
Like-
generation, that doesn't sound good.
I was like, "Yeah, okay."
Yeah, they're occupying themselves on the electronic devices.
Yeah, we need it. Like, and you can't just call it insert most popular tablet in the world name.
No.
Yeah.
iPad. They're on iPads. Yeah, they're on tablets.
Yeah, that's a great
Like,
phrase.
we marketing needs to step up and come up with a better name for that device.
Yeah,
because
come
you've
on,
got
Jess. Come on,
you've got-
Lena, sort it out.
Jess and Lena. You got your phone or a mobile device.
Yeah.
Although is that a mobile? Well, it is, I suppose. But you got phone, computer. How did we get to tablet?
Yeah. I must admit, when I'm doing my quotes now, I have to put smart devices brackets phone/tablet.
Right.
Because, again, people, well, does that include my iPad? It's a smart device and a tablet. Yes, it is. Yeah, it does. But it is. Everybody knows them as different things now.
Yep.
So we've got to come up with a better name.
Do you use tablets to work on?
To keep yourself
Yeah,
awake
you have
at
to.
night. Yeah, you have to.
You're using tablet.
Yeah, we use.
Hang on, mobile devices.
We do have tablets each, and we can access a thing called Portal, which gives you procedures how to fix things. It gives you procedures how to diagnose things how to take things apart, and
He knows nothing.
He knows
about
nothing
tech.
about tech.
He knows
And
nothing.
have I proved my point?
no, because I just do what I'm told and I just press buttons. And
No, but you,
That is not
but
true.
that is not true at all.
when our downfall is when things go wrong,
Yeah.
when it crashes or when it's not doing what I think it should be doing.
No, I do get it, but I think everybody uses tech to do their job nowadays.
Yeah.
You cannot escape it.
You can't get away from
No.
it. No.
Can I just go back to the other point, what you were saying about electric trucks? They're out there, and I get that.
Yeah.
Do you think hybrid will work with trucks?
I think hybrid would be better.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think because you don't need that. You don't need that infrastructure as much
No.
on the road.
No, I think so.
I think for London and places like that and short journeys, I think you would be better with electric
Yeah.
when you're just going from door to door. But then again, the bosses are having to pay for the drivers to sit around for 4 hours.
You see, I never even took that into account. Yeah. So every time the driver stops, in order to charge, he's getting paid, but the company effectively are
They're
going,
not making any
I'm
money.
not making any money out of you.
No.
You're charging the vehicle.
Yeah,
Wow.
which is costing you money. So it's
Oh, hang on. He's got his tablet out.
Got my phone out. So have you heard? I think it was Germany. I want to look at this. They looked at a section of motorway that has overhead lines.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen this?
yeah,
Right. So we'll find it on YouTube and put it on. But overhead lines, like your train
Yeah.
situation. And when I saw that, so the truck pulls in under its own engine, steam, onto the road, and then it connects the. Do you know what that arm's called? On trains that you see that connects to the electric
Oh,
ones?
no.
I want to say pantograph.
It is.
What do you mean? No, yes, it is.
No, I literally heard that phrase before. The minute
Yeah.
you said it, I went, yes, that's
Right,
exactly.
okay.
Because
Yeah.
last time I went, what the heck's a pantograph?
Yeah, so the truck has a pantograph, those arms that you see that connect to the electric rails, electric lines on trains, and it pops up, connects to there, and then the truck switches over to running electrically. I thought
That's genius.
that is brilliant, and I'm like, why couldn't we do that?
Yeah, I think the other one that I saw was over in our land of, I think it was either China or Japan, where they're looking to put the wireless chargers in the road itself.
Yes.
So, like your
Right.
phone, you put it on and it charges via that. So the car then connects to, it literally goes, oh, I'm charging.
Yeah.
Because I'm in the road. The road's electrified in some way.
Yeah.
like a scale electric set.
Like
so it's-
exactly.
yeah.
Oh, can we do that, please?
Can you walk on the
Please,
road? Is the
can we
question I
introduce
want
the
to know.
electric?
in the wet.
Yeah, can we walk on the road in the wet? Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the question.
No, I want electric scale electrics now.
Oh, you want to
I
scale
want the truck to pull up and Mark lifts it up and goes, yeah, the brushes are knackered. I'll just redo the brushes, realign and put it back on. Yeah, it's fine now.
Yeah, I mean, essentially that pantograph idea, it's basically a bumper car, yeah?
It
Yeah.
is. Yeah.
But
Without-
because in
without
the
the
UK
crashing.
we don't have the roads for it, so we don't have a long enough road for that to happen, really.
No,
Whereas in America, you can go from
absolutely
state to state in one
I
straight
think
line.
with Germany, with the autobahns, and in America, that's something
Yeah.
like that would work phenomenally well
Yeah.
because you've got the long, massive roads.
Yeah.
You're right, over in here now.
It's interesting to see where it goes with the electrification. I think it's really important. Electric vehicles. I know you'll be a combustion engine fan, I'm sure.
Yes, definitely.
Being what you do. But, from a sustainability point of view and all of that, I completely understand it. What I was going to ask you is, how bad has it been when you've dialed into the computer then and it said it's this, and you've gone down the garden path following this, and it's not that at all?
It can get expensive
Can it?
quickly.
Yeah. Well, is that just due to the sheer amount of time you end up doing and putting parts in? And
Yeah, because things cost a lot of money. You can't. You've got to be confident. And you've got to know what you're doing
Yeah.
to do this, because otherwise, if you don't, you chuck a sensor on which costs £1,000.
Goodness me. Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah, for exhaust sensor, so it'll the light comes back on and you haven't fixed it, and you've
Yeah, yeah.
just spent £1,000 plus labour
Yeah.
to fix it, and you just further forward.
No, and
And it's
I do
frustrating.
get that. It is. I get exactly the same when somebody asks me about something and I end up going, oh, it's this. I replace it and I'm like, it wasn't that at all.
Yeah,
You know, and that's a very difficult thing to work out, because then you've got to go, well, I'm really sorry, it wasn't that. It was actually this. And then you go on, and you're right. It's a very difficult thing.
And when it's software based, that's not so much of an issue. You've just kind of lost time.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if you already had the software available to you, so you haven't paid for it, it kind of works that way. Sorry, I just got water delivered. I'm like losing my voice a bit.
Yeah.
So if you can hear noise, that's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So when it's technology and it's a software, clunk clunk. When it's technology and software, it's not so much of an issue. However, like you say, you go, right, we need this new sensor, stick it on there. But surely there's an acknowledgement that if the computer's saying this is the issue, and you do it and it's still not working, surely there's an acknowledgement that's not your fault.
To a degree.
Yeah.
But because you've already fitted it, you've already ran it, it's already been working, then it's a second-hand part and you can't send it back.
No, you
Yeah.
can't.
That must be really difficult. Does it happen often?
No.
Not a Mark shift.
Not
No.
on Mark's shift. He runs a tight shift.
He really does.
Not on my shoulders, but yeah.
Yeah.
Famous last words. You at work tonight?
Yes.
Famous last words.
Does anybody else listen to the podcast at your place, or is it just you?
Just me at the minute, but
Just me
I
at the minute.
suppose everyone will have a laugh at this one.
Absolutely, mate. They'll all be laughing at you now. Exactly.
Anyone who want to shout out, say hi to? Do it.
Just everybody at Emmy and Stockton,
There
big
you
shout
go.
out.
Yeah, there you go.
Toot toot.
Yeah.
No, I think it's great, and it's a different world to what we work in terms of the technology side. We spend a huge amount, like I say, but then there's so many similarities in terms of what you're doing. That's why I was like there. So, where I met Mark is at the rugby club. As you know,
Right,
got affiliation with the rugby club. You're involved with the rugby club as well in terms of
Support the IT there for them.
yeah,
Don't know what-
my player sponsor.
yeah,
Must
true.
add, I am actually Mark's player sponsor.
Yeah.
Are you really?
Yeah, HubSpot Media. There's
Wow,
actually
right. That's good.
5 players
Yeah.
with HubSpot Media.
Yeah.
And Mark is one of them. He likes to think of himself as the poster boy.
I have been in quite a few posters.
Have you really?
Yeah.
Yeah, he has.
Ooh, very
'Cause
nice.
He put the camera on him and starts doing really cool poses.
Just like that.
Yeah, he loves it.
Yeah.
So we met at the rugby club at rugby training, didn't we?
Yeah.
And
One cold dark evening.
one cold dark evening, and we were paired together, and we had to like wrestle each other. Very odd when I was returning to rugby off it, but you'd never played rugby before. had
Never
you?
in my life, no. It was my wife. She's very good friends with a mutual friend of ours, Daggy. Big shout out.
He's getting into it now, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. He loves it. Yeah, I can't stop him.
Absolutely.
And I just went from there. My wife's more of a rugby fan than me.
Wow.
She lives and breathes it, and
Yeah.
I'm the
Doesn't play though.
no. I'm the one who goes out.
All right,
She pushes me out, and
Yeah.
but she's there every week,
Nice.
supporting. As is your wife.
Yeah.
Exactly. How do you get time? Night shift.
Well, there you go. This is why I was bringing this up, because you were at rugby training last night, weren't you?
Yeah.
I didn't because of this throat situation. I've got to run around pitch tomorrow. I text the coach going,
Yeah.
it's not going to do me any good tonight to run around sucking cold air in when I've got to do it all over again on Saturday. I've had this for 2 weeks.
yeah.
It's just it's lingering on. So you went last night, didn't you?
Yeah.
So you went to rugby and then you went on shift.
Goodness me.
I'm like, that's real.
Shout
commitment.
out to Mark here.
Yeah, 100%.
Respect, mate. Well
I'm
done.
still picking wood out my ears now.
That's a great idea.
On the thing of mud, though, look how clean his hands are for the job that he does.
Fabulous. That.
This
Look
is
at
what always has impressed me. Because I know farmers that work on their vehicles and this, that, and the other, and they're forever trying to get their hands clean. Do you have to wear gloves? You have to wear gloves, don't
health
you?
and safety. You have to wear gloves.
Yeah.
So it's
But surely that only goes so far. Is it a messy job, or is it...
very messy and sharp parts, and
that. I can imagine.
cut your gloves up and hands get sweaty, and
Yeah.
you're in the thick of it, so you don't want to get back out. And
No. It's
So-
interesting because I've got another friend. Yes, I have got one other friend.
Have you?
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah, Stuart Buchanan. He works on engines and trucks and stuff like that. And he's a big lad like you, Mark. He's got hands like this, but he loves his job as well, working on the trucks.
Yeah.
Absolutely loves it. Scani Ahmadi is.
Is he?
Yeah. So it's really good. What's your favourite film?
I want to say something trucking related.
Yes, because that's what his is convoy. That's
Convoy,
all
yep.
it is. When me and Michelle get together with Stuart and his wife's fiance is called Michelle, just them two just go off and go like, right, we're watching Convoy. And me and his Michelle will go, we'll just go drink in the bar then while you're watching Convoy again. We were sat there drinking away and all we hear was Convoy. And them two singing at the top of their voices. It's like, yeah.
It's not like a bit of rubber duck. Come in, rubber duck.
Come in, rubber duck. Like it.
I actually have a trucking game.
Where's this going? Where's the
it
mute
was
button?
in COVID. It was in COVID. So, obviously in COVID, you're like, right, with the Zoom
Yes.
quiz, you got fed up with that. And I started gaming again. I was like, with my mates, as we've talked about previous episodes. And then my mate was like, I can't remember what it's called. It was on Xbox Live, so I didn't have to buy it.
Truck Simulator.
Like
It was.
It was
no,
Truck Simulator.
No, sorry, it wasn't Truck Simulator. It was another one. It's not It's not something simulator, but you're basically a guy who drives various trucks.
Yeah.
And some are like off road in the back end of nowhere in America and all this sort of stuff. But you like got to team up and try and pull each other, and some have winches and and it was like.
Anyway, Mark.
Yeah, but we spent like hours pulling each other over this mountain range.
Yeah.
And then you go, we picked up the wrong trailer, we're going to go back. I don't know what we were doing, really. It was
Something to pass the time.
We had lots of that during COVID. So
Did you have the seat and the steering wheel? And
no, I don't do
gear
all
stick?
that nonsense. No, but I've seen some of those truck
yes.
simulators. I mean, it is a big thing out there, isn't it?
In America,
Do you
it
know
is.
anybody that does it? Oh,
No, I've seen people online doing it.
I've seen like
mainly Americans and
yeah,
film themselves live and
Yeah, it's a massive thing for them.
it's huge,
yeah.
unreal.
They want to be a trucker, but they can't do it for whatever reason. So they have the whole rig set up. Guy opens the garage, walks in. It's literally the truck cabin. Gets up, steps in, and it's all that. It's all
Yeah.
computer screens. It's amazing.
I mean, that it takes some investment.
It does.
You're talking
does.
tens of thousands, aren't you?
Well, I've got a good friend of mine, David. Shout out.
You got another one.
Yeah,
Coming thick and fast.
exactly. Now, David Lidgley, and bless him, he can't fly anymore because of his age, but he's got Microsoft Flight Simulator.
Yeah.
But he's plugged it all in. He actually purchased a smashed up glider cabin,
Right.
the front end, and literally set everything
How
up.
did it smash up?
Not he didn't do it. It was just all.
That's how he lost his license.
That's how he lost his license. No, but you go around and it's phenomenal. It literally is. You get into the cabin and he's got all three screens. He's such a clever electrician guy, so he's got it. If I was playing Microsoft Flight Simulator, I'd have to take the mouse and I have to click on the dial to turn it around. He's wired up actual dials that when you turn them in the computer game. I mean, I'd take my hat off to him. It's incredible. Proper joystick rudders.
Yeah,
and
but if you
yokes
can't
and-
fly anymore,
but he's spent a fortune on it, but it is phenomenal.
that's
Not my
incredible.
thing, but I've sat in it and I've had a go and I'm like, this is incredible.
Well, if my wife's listening, then Christmas is coming.
Next Christmas is coming. It's January.
That gives her plenty of time to save up.
Yeah,
doesn't it?
exactly.
Yeah, these are expensive, Adam. She needs
Yeah.
12 months.
And then, well, you just moved house. You need another one by the sounds of it to stick this
I
thing.
could convert my garage. It's
Oh,
fine.
could you? There we
yeah,
go.
I
Then.
tell
Happy
you
days.
what.
So, on that, what
Yeah.
I was thinking, there was a good video I saw the other day, and it was a truck simulator thing. It just popped up on YouTube, but it's like to teach people how to drive trucks,
Yep.
which I think is great. And it was like, but they just like chucked a normal driver in, and it was like they're driving along, going along, and someone walks out into the street and they just run them over. Like you don't see guts. It's like a simulator. You just go through them, but it's
Yeah.
like you just killed somebody.
Yeah.
But they try to brake and they couldn't brake quick enough because obviously it's so heavy.
Yeah.
So they kept driving, and then a police car comes out of a junction with its lights on. They just smash through that. I was like, this looks really stressful to be a truck driver. Like they've got a lot going on.
I mean, I do drive trucks as well. I've got my
Oh, do you?
licenses
Wow.
for driving as well.
Right.
I was out doing driving last night as well, so I was out on the road, and you've got to have your eyes everywhere.
Yeah.
I was on the A66 going back to work last night, and there was a car in front of me, and I'm obviously restricted to 56 miles an hour, so I can't go any faster than that. I had a fully loaded trailer on the back, and he was doing 45 mile an hour in the slow lane, and then I overtook him, with the trailer on the back.
Yeah.
Pull, and he wouldn't flash me back in. I couldn't see 40 foot behind me
No.
for him to know that he was going to be safe, and he wouldn't flash me in. I had my indicator on, and he wouldn't let me back in.
I'll be honest, I didn't. It took me a while to work out what that whole flashing thing was.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I've had trucks do it to me in my car, which isn't massive. They've like flashed me back in, and I think it's just a habit that some might have. But then when I saw it, and I saw a truck do it to another truck, I'm like, it's because they don't know how. It's hard
It's
to
distance.
it's hard to judge exactly, especially in the dark. I imagine.
Yeah.
How long you are. Like you've got, you know how long you are. It's not.
But even so, that car could have sped up. That car could have slowed down.
Like your perception from your own eyesight.
Absolutely.
through a mirror, or a camera.
Camera now.
Yeah. Camera now. Right.
Cameras and
all over.
Yeah, cameras front, back, rear, inside,
Okay,
outside.
well, here's an interesting question. On all trucks, I always see this is my blind spot.
Yeah.
Because obviously it's far that. Do they not have cameras to help you with that now?
No, you'll always have a blind spot.
Right, okay.
Because you're so high up
Yeah.
and everyone else is so low down. So you'll always have that blind spot of people being here, especially when you watch safety videos online.
Yeah.
You'll see somebody 1 second and they'll change your direction, or they'll turn a certain way, and you won't see them again.
Yeah, and
So that's why they say cyclists do not get near.
Because I can't see you at all.
Like, and the other slogan is, if you can't see my mirrors, I can't see you.
Yeah, I've seen that a lot.
I think that's a really good one.
It is.
I generally in the car on the motorway when I'm overtaking, say, a truck or whatever, I'll stick by that. I don't want to be hanging around in, if I'm like, you can't see me here.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to be hanging around in this space.
Because it'll always come off worse.
Yeah, I think.
Well, I don't fancy it.
I don't fancy it. But again, from living with Michelle and her dad and stuff like that, you learn and listen. So when I'm, if I'm traveling in a car and I can see there's a truck, looking to overtake, I'll always flash him, because for him to slow down, it takes him so much longer to get the momentum back. So I always get, and I'm like, no, off you go. I'm wasting a minute of my time. I don't mind.
Yeah.
Off you go, and then he put that, and he, bless him, I think it's 100%. When I pull up, I always get the guy thanking me for that.
Yeah.
So the etiquette is always there.
It's just respect, isn't it?
It is, absolutely. It's always respect.
You've just got to be there at the time, and you've got to be at the right place to do the job.
Yeah.
And you've got to have eyes everywhere. You've got to be alert all the time, because, like you say, for stopping distances with a car, it's 10 times less than with a truck.
Oh God, it must be. And obviously, you've got all that weight behind you in terms
It's just
of the
pushing you forward.
Yeah.
You're trying to brake, and the momentum and the force is pushing you forward at the same time.
So here's one. Even though you've got to have, he's smiling. Camera reset.
What's that time?
It is that time. Even though, you're saying you got to, it sounds. I want to say, I don't really want to say stressful, because obviously people clearly enjoy. I've got family members who've driven trucks like HGVs and stuff, and they enjoy it. It is enjoyable. Do you enjoy it? Or is it just stress and
It's okay during the evening,
on
a night, because there's not many people around, so it's a lot easier. And I don't do it for hire and reward.
No,
I just do it for collecting, delivering, road testing purposes.
Yeah.
So it's a lot different on an evening during the day.
Yeah. Less traffic, less stress around.
There's a lot less people trying to push in and pushing in front of you, and you're taking up your braking space.
Oh gosh, yeah, seen it all the time. Especially when cars are like trying to get to the lane.
Yeah.
I had one the other day where somebody literally cut across 3 lanes, and I'm just like, I've done it before when I'm like, that was my turning. I'll come off for the next one and come back. Because otherwise I'm braking. And this gentleman sped across. He went over the hatchings. He went over that, kicked up a load of that dust and everything. And I must admit, like all the 5 cars around were all going, you plonker. But just because, obviously he was like, I don't want to miss the turn. Just go to the next one and turn around.
Life isn't that.
It's not, man.
It's really not that hectic to risk your life.
No, but and I get it. And, these drivers, they're obviously on a time scale and stuff like that. And I do get that. And these people that drive the cars, they must be the same. But I'm like, not worth it for that. No. I'm not cutting across 3 lanes of traffic and causing everybody to slam their brakes on.
I always think about like what you can actually see. I'd love to do it. I'd love to.
There's a game called Truck Simulator.
Yeah,
What you can
I mean, I'd just love to have a go.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? To see what it's like to physically drive a truck. It terrifies me, if I'm being honest. Like, I think the responsibility is huge, and I've seen some stuff, but I'm like,
Yeah.
it does look like the technology, the cabs, like you're saying, they do look really cool.
Yeah.
Like, it's like
You've
a
got
little-
beds, microwaves.
Yeah, the thing
Coffee
behind. Yeah,
machines.
absolutely. It's all.
You can. They're all spec'd up differently, so it depends what you need it for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you
No.
are long trucking or doing that distance, they are
Yeah,
made
full
for
respect.
comfort now.
Mhm.
Absolutely. Full
Full
respect
respect.
in terms of that.
Thank you to all
Wow.
our truckers out there.
Yeah, thank you
Really
very much.
appreciate it.
So, Mark, the guy that knows nothing about tech.
Yeah, Mark, the guy that knows nothing about tech, does know some tech. What were you doing the other day? It was Xbox, wasn't it? You sent me a photo.
I was setting up the kids' Xbox in the playroom and
Knows nothing about tech.
didn't have a clue.
He didn't have a clue, in fairness. He didn't have that's the bit you don't have a clue about, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the actual what I call technology. I have a hearing aid and I have a phone, and that's as techie as I get.
Were you texting or picturing? Were you his Andy?
Not really.
No.
He just said, I'm trying to do... What were you trying to do? I can't remember.
I was trying to reset it up after 4 months of being sat on the floor.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, they've moved house.
Ah,
For the
right, I
record,
see.
it's not random.
No,
It's
not
not-
exactly.
I don't normally unplug it.
I'll tell you what. I'll just unplug my Xbox.
There you are, the
for
kids can look at it. No, it wasn't that. It's because
I don't dare touch it, to be fair, because I might break something.
The irony.
It's me kids who come to me and
Right,
show
okay.
me how to
Yeah.
use my phone.
Definitely.
Yeah. So on that, I text Matt to check that we're all good for today.
Yes.
And tell me what you responded about your phone call yesterday. Don't tell me you've forgotten. British Gas.
Oh, yes. I've been on the phone to British Gas about changing my address.
Yeah.
I thought I could do it online, but obviously I couldn't because the address doesn't exist.
Because it's a new house.
New house.
So here you are. You've got an address that doesn't exist, but is receiving gas.
Yeah.
Technically, you can't.
But technically,
change.
you can't change your address.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes tech is stupid.
2 hours, 7 minutes I was on the phone to the lady.
I mean, I do feel for the lady as well because it's not her fault.
Yeah, no.
It's just obviously
She was often on the call trying to do things her end, and
Yeah.
I didn't have a clue what she was doing, but she kept telling me what she was doing. I was nodding and agreeing, as I do.
As you do. Yeah, of course. I know exactly what you're going through.
I'm sat in the car and I'm on the way home from work and listening to the podcast, and oh yeah,
Yeah.
not a clue what they're
Not
talking
a clue
about.
what they're talking about. But it is frustrating, tech. So
It can be.
My
frustrating.
my most recent frustration is that we have. I won't bore you with the details of the issue, but basically, I've got to upgrade the version of Windows 11 that the user's on to fix a problem.
Okay.
Okay, so
Yeah.
they're on version 22H2 or whatever. I need to
Yeah, yeah.
upgrade them to 23H2. Bearing in mind, I'm on Windows 11, so I download the Windows upgrade tool, and it goes, "You can't run this unless you've run the PC health check to make sure that you can run Windows 11." I'm going, but I'm on Windows 11. I'd like to upgrade to the latest version of Windows 11. Nope. You have to run the PC health check, and goes, "Yes, you can run Windows 11." And I'm going, "I know, I'm on Windows 11." Click. Oh no, I can upgrade. I have found the registry key to bypass it, but I just found it ludicrous.
Yeah, but
You
that, like you say, found the registry key to bypass, go in regedit.
Yeah, but why on
There we
earth
go,
can I
lost
not?
you.
Yeah, lost him.
Yeah, exactly.
Mark's glazed over.
But that's a very realistic situation to be in,
Yeah.
where that that update is then just defunct,
Yes.
essentially, for a lot of
Crazy
people. What would you say your biggest gripes are with technology then? What biggest changes? What causes you the most stress? What do you think you don't know, and what don't you know, and what do you think you probably should know?
I think I should know a lot more than what I do. I'm still a young man, I believe.
Yeah, you are. Compared to him.
Debatable.
Ooh.
I do think I should know a lot more, but I've got a very short attention span.
Sorry, what were you saying?
Yeah,
Yeah. Anyway.
exactly that.
Exactly that. Thank you.
Yeah.
I do have friends at work who will sit and study things, and the gentleman, he will sit and study things, and he'll listen, and he'll talk, and he won't give up
No.
until he's got there. Whereas I go, Nah, it's not for me, that one. I'll leave that one for Dave.
I'll leave that one, yeah.
He's more on the
He
a
can
train
do
went
that.
past.
Yeah, that exact
Yeah, I
scenario.
forgot to pay attention.
Yeah, sorry, what were you saying?
Yeah. Yeah, I
That was
looking
me
at
at
something.
school. But yeah, I can work my hearing aid and I can work my phone to
Yeah.
a bare minimum. But once it says you need to upgrade, I'll update. Sorry, not upgrade. But it'll go all above my head. And
Yeah, but that's what you give it to the kids for. Do that for me.
yeah,
Yeah.
my wife and kids. That's what they're there for.
How old are the kids?
I've got a 13-year-old coming up. I've got a 6-year-old and an 8-year-old.
Blinking heck, mate. Works night shift, 3 kids, lovely wife that plays rugby. What more can you possibly ask for? But yeah, you give it to the 13 and she goes, Dad. Done.
That's what they're there for.
Yeah, exactly right. Sort this out for me.
Because I grew up in this
But they
technology.
do.
This world.
100%. They grow up in the world, and to them, it's like second nature.
Yeah.
However, tell them to take apart a truck, nah, only Dad can do that.
Well, we were the reason why the Xbox situation actually came about when he sent the photograph is one of the rugby lads, hi Tebsy, sent a picture of his gaming setup with RGB lighting and all this sort of stuff. He's just got the lighting. I'm going to tell them. Just got the lighting. Do you know that you can stick on the back of your
The
TV,
back of the TV.
that responds to what's going on the screen?
Yeah.
Looks really cool.
Yeah, good.
It does look good.
Yeah, it does look good. He's like, check out this. He's like, my TV.
Yeah.
It's like not just. So Mark was like, I was setting this up. I felt I needed to share a picture, wasn't it? It was just like Xbox on the table.
Yeah, I've got an IKEA unit on its side
Yeah,
with
yeah.
an old-fashioned TV and an Xbox plugged into it.
Why not?
Well, there you
Nothing
go,
wrong with
lads.
that, mate. Nothing wrong
Yeah.
with that.
So yeah, that's what triggered.
I just didn't want to show the kids what setups that Adam and Tebsy have because
Nah.
they'll just get jealous. Why can't I have
Yeah,
that?
exactly.
It's actually very easy. I'll show you after this.
Yeah.
I'll show you.
You're going to have to.
Yeah. Very easy. We could sort that out. They'd love it as well.
They would.
So simply done. An LED light strip. Well, Mark, that has been. Have you enjoyed it? Yeah.
I've
Oh, hang on.
absolutely- Have we got buttons?
There he is.
Big shout out to Mark.
Always goes on a bit longer than I think it should.
Oh, God. I was about to.
There we go.
There we go.
It's
man.
finished
Yeah,
now.
but thank you very much for that. Such a wonderful insight into how technical and tech has introduced itself to the trucking world. It's
Yeah,
amazing.
without me even knowing as well. Until I came in.
Don't say that, Mark. You'll ruin the reputation. You'll ruin it.
Certainly. But no, thank you for coming straight in off night shift.
I know.
No, I appreciate you inviting me.
No, it's really good.
It's a scary process for someone who doesn't like talking.
No. You're going to listen to yourself on the way back on tonight.
No.
Absolutely.
The good news is you'll walk in tonight and all of your mates will be like, no, get
Just put it
you.
on,
Shout
yeah.
out to Mark.
Yeah, can you have do you have radio on and stuff in the workshop?
Yeah, I'll just change
just
it.
put that on. Right, you lot, you're listening to me.
Suddenly a big spanner hits the speaker. Don't know what happened.
Yeah.
It's a wee nut. It was a wee
Yeah,
nut.
it's
I
a
like
wee
that.
nut.
Wee
Yeah,
nut. I
wee
do
nut.
like that.
Yeah, we'll
I'm
take
gonna
that one.
one.
We need like a technology wee nut equivalent. That'll
Yeah,
be
but
something.
you throw your hard disk, you break it. Well,
Yeah,
if it's
you
not an
can.
SSD, you can't.
Yeah. Although saying that, I have put a computer together before, and I did have a wee nut left. I hope that wasn't meant to keep the motherboard attached to the computer.
Yeah.
If not, it's too late now.
Yeah, exactly. It'll be
I
fine.
meant motherboard to the case. If anyone's going to correct me, TikTok.
Everybody
TikTok
talks.
always corrects me
Everybody corrects us
all the time.
all the time.
Well, Mark,
But no,
thank you so much for coming in.
No, I appreciate it. It's been amazing.
Yeah.
I watch it on my phone. I watch it on YouTube, and to be in the
In
room
there.
in the headquarters is
It's just me and Andy.
Yeah.
Mark texted me yesterday going, is Andy going to be there? I was like, yeah, he's going to be there. He's like, yes.
Oh, thanks, Mark. Thanks.
But brilliant. So, yeah,
no, I
so
appreciate
much.
it. Thank you very much.
have a good sleep.
yes.
I'm gonna go home now and get my pajamas on.
Oh, nice.
Bless you.
Took yourself in and
Yeah, I'm gonna have to because there's no one else around.
Oh, they've all gone to work, haven't they? School.
Work and school, so it's.
I don't have the only thing we can sort is that really.
I think that sums it up.
Sums it up.
Yeah.
So what's the, do you eat before you go to bed, or is it literally just crash out?
Probably have a slice of toast and
Yeah.
the dog will eat half of that. And
Yeah. Oh, so you got a dog as well as the
yeah,
Yeah, he has.
we'll fall asleep together.
Oh, bless.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, nice image now.
Yeah.
No, but thank you so much, Mark. Really interesting.
Oh, plus I don't have any blinds up, so I've got a piece of cardboard up at the window.
Moving house.
Because it's a moving house. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
And a lot of angry builders outside shouting and screaming all day.
Perfect. Earplugs. You got some.
No, I'm deaf, so I don't need earplugs.
Pardon?
Fair point.
Yep.
Well done.
I haven't heard that one before.
Yeah.
No, of course not.
Brilliant. Well, thank you so much, mate. Enjoy your weekend, sir.
What are you doing?
Rugby for me tomorrow.
Good luck.
Hartlepool BBOB
Wow.
at home.
What else?
Kids rugby on Sunday.
God, full weekend for you then.
Yep, well, that's it.
Yeah, good.
And then first DJ gig of the new year back next Friday.
Even better.
Yeah. Oh, and tonight there's another Houses of Feeling event coming up, but we've got like a limited space. So there's a draw tonight to see who gets to feature in the remaining spots. I'm part of that draw.
Ooh,
So
sure.
good
I'm
luck.
yeah, well, it's random, so I c- there's no need to take it personally if I don't get picked.
Fixed.
Yeah, yeah. But you know, I'm quite hoping that I make the event for that after doing the first one. What about you? We want to do Factorio. We didn't do it. last
Funnily,
weekend.
we didn't do it last weekend, so Factoria definitely. But tomorrow, haircut, and then I've put aside a couple of hours for your and my Teams automation thing.
Ooh.
I'm working over the weekend, but it's
Oh,
exciting
yeah,
working.
it's pushing the envelope.
Pushing the envelope. What about yourself, Mark? What about your weekend?
Uh,
Obviously,
Mal-
sleep through Saturday.
no sleep Saturday. Mowden away. Derby weekend.
Whoa, no sleep. But you're at work tonight,
At work to tide.
but then you don't go to sleep on a Saturday.
No.
Go straight to rugby.
Straight to rugby. Mowden away.
Which
Derby
isn't
weekend.
that far away. It's over there. It's
Next
in
roundabout.
town. Yeah, next roundabout, basically.
And then kids rugby Sunday. And then back to work.
So you push through the whole of the Saturday. You don't go to bed.
No, I'll probably start flagging about 6 o'clock with a pint in my hand.
Sounds like a perfect
Sounds
evening.
like a good weekend.
Yeah.
Awesome.
All right. Well, thank you very much, everybody. Thank you again, Mark. It's been absolutely awesome.
I appreciate the invite.
Yeah, good. Everybody have a lovely weekend. Goodbye.
Bye.
Thank you very much.